What's up, everybody? This is FAQ the Madness, and I am kind of re-streaming or streaming at the same time, whatever you call it. I'm not sure. This committee, and I'm going to try to see if I can do what I was doing on the side, which was working. So I'll have it playing in the background and see how that goes while I do my other thing. So we'll see how that goes. But it's already going, so we'll just kind of see where they are.
That. Claire, Daisy May, Stephanie, Let's, Tack, Cammed Up Caveman. We really appreciate you guys coming over here. So our goals here let's just talk about the Vigilance Committee. If you haven't already read the description, this is what we have decided what we're trying to do. So we here at the Vigilance Committee are dedicated to holding our government to be transparent and accountable to we the people. We can do this through affecting change of our judicial system, policing, and the legislature. Our channel is set up to help activists and auditors do their jobs by bringing to the freedom that we are guaranteed by the Constitution. We want to support the rights with which we are born. We want to be able to educate and help supporters. We want the governmental bodies so that everyone is always watching. Anyone can help financially, sending emails. What we're trying to do is have you guys send us an email
Down with that.
and
I'm in North Carolina.
such
Yeah,
as
if you want to do it in the chat too,
Pretty sure I can reach out to them.
As well to being a part of this. Go ahead, Nikki. Sorry to interrupt there.
Nope, that's fine. You know, FOIA requests in the state of Tennessee, or I can make phone calls to redress the government, or I can do research. Anything that you guys can help with is appreciated. When we do put out a video such as share their stories out there. The more attention that we can get on something, the better off we are all going.
Absolutely. And at some point, we're going to have memberships. Once we
just bear with me because I'm not sure
monetized.
How I get.
Then we're going to have memberships, and they're going to be kind of fun. And I think.
There you go. I want to share my screen. I think I can do the entire. Yeah, so
But those people who are boots on the ground do need supporters. They do need help. And that's what we're trying to put together is some place that, oh, I don't know, um, Cammed Up Caveman, for example, when he got his cameras confiscated. It's some place where maybe he could send an email and say, hey guys, who can do a FOIA request in Florida? Or who can call and find out why my cameras got confiscated?
Or if he wants us to share a video, share this out, please help me with this. And we want to be the central hub, basically, is what I call it, where auditors can go to get us to help them with their attentive needs. Please share this. I need help. Get us to help them with. I need help there. Attentive.
right.
That email is very important
I
for
think
you
it's
guys
working
to
the way I
have.
want.
And if our mods can put in that email address just to make sure that everybody has it. Just spam that sucker so that they can always get in touch with us if they need to.
And, hello, KY Reacts, King Bluto. King Bluto said generals of the channel, not the captains.
Yeah, well, I'm my ancestor was the captain of the Montana Vigilantes, and there was only one captain. The rest were lieutenants and then just members of the Vigilance Committee. So that's kind of where I don't there weren't any generals or majors or anything like
Right.
that.
That's
So
something I wanted to do.
that's why I say captain. Captain James Williams of the Montana Vigilantes was my ancestor, and he hung 29 men and started in 1864. And the Vigilance Committee ran up until 1889 when Montana became a state. So that's kind of a little personal history of mine. So I'm kind of partial.
That's a good idea. Let's vigilante reporter, a vigilante investigator, and a vigilante litigator.
Wow. Yeah, those are great ideas for members' names, memberships. Now you don't.
You guys will know.
You don't have to
that
be. You don't have to pay for a membership.
You guys will notice that I'm listing some of the things that I pictured earlier. But I wanted to see if I could kind of do things like I normally would, but be engaging, I guess, on some level and accomplish work. So that's what I'm doing. You might see the bullets shirt that I have. And by the way, all of you guys, excuse me, have the ability to contact me. You can email me on my channel. It's faqthemadness@gmail.com. You can reach out and you say, hey, that one particular thing that I saw that you were looking at, is it still in your store? Reach out and I'll be happy to sell it to you, maybe at a Back the Madness discount. And to be full disclosure, if I have something listed on eBay, it's against policy for me, example, to like take it off or make a sale otherwise. So I'm just saying I do it legitimately. So I'll give you the information where you can, I'll send you a coupon, those kind of things. We'll do it legitimately. So I just want to let you know that I preserve the ability for me to do that. So, but if I have something I list otherwise without having it through the platform first, and I'll do it that way. So Okay,
to
let's
be
so
any of those things there. But yeah, those would be good names for our memberships.
and I guess
So
technically I
definitely want to keep
could,
that in mind.
like, if I wanted to
Yeah.
Save, save,
work on this
save that,
by
Nikki.
itself,
Write that down because
I could
you
do
know I
that,
can't.
and I think you guys can hear it in the background.
I've got it starred.
Maybe I should do that.
Um, you
See
know,
what it sounds like. I know there's gonna
like we said, we just, Oklahoma Outlaw Audits is a wonderful supporter. They're, in a lot of channels, they see a lot of things. Even if you guys who are supporters see something that needs attention, send us the email. Let us know about it. Um, you know, we're basically, and we have talked to, well, Cliff has talked to Flex, Your Freedoms, and we've talked to a lot of activists, auditors, and they've all said, hey, that's a great idea, we do need something like that. So we are trying to organize it.
Yeah, I think it was for
And
public safety. He's been for months trying to get me to do something like this, but I said, "Hey, with these tremors, I can't. I'm limited." Uh, but that's when I found Nikki, and that's when I said, "Okay, we can do this thing." Because Nikki's when it comes to that keyboard, man, she knows how to fly on it, and she knows how to do research, and she's got a lot of knowledge of what's going on in the auditing community. So that's why I wanted her as a partner. She is awesome,
keep this up
and
in order
she
to.
will always get a lot of credit from me for that because she is. It's pretty
I'm
genuine.
really just working on
When I
things.
say Nikki knows her stuff, she knows her stuff, and I
I
think
don't want to
Daisy
be
May can
making too
even
much
attest to
clicking
that because
noises, but
Daisy May works with us
I
a
think
little
we'll
bit.
just test it. See what I'm doing. That's
Um,
normally do what I do. So
yeah, but
I'll look
Cliff,
up the
I
equation
do have to just
around
give
that
you the
price.
credit
Go ahead.
because everybody knows
Oh,
Cliff.
okay.
When Cliff walks in, kind of like the
Uh,
old bar
my gun.
cheers. Hey, Cliff, how you doing? Welcome to the neighborhood. Everybody knows Cliff. So, I believe that maybe the two of us together would bring this to what we are hoping it will be.
success, yeah. I think we're going to make a great team. So
Exactly, Claire. We're hoping to be a one-stop shop for exposure and help.
absolutely, that's the whole point. And the more help we can get from subscribers and people sharing out what we do and more people coming in, um, the better. So it's
You
going to
know,
be a team effort, that's for sure. Absolutely.
and the one thing that I myself want to point out, Stephanie, Oklahoma Outlaw Audits, all of our mods posting people's links.
Okay, sorry.
I don't care if they don't have any videos out there right now. Go ahead, post their link. Everybody subscribe to them. Let's get them up to that 50 subscribers. So if something happens, they can go live.
That's a good
Yeah.
point. I like that idea. In fact, when
Absolutely.
where am I?
that's something that we all need to do.
When I was able to go live, I didn't even know it. Like I heard somebody just basically say, um, you can go live when you have 50 subscribers. And I was like, oh, I think I have 50. And sure enough, I put in the request and I was able to go. So it was kind of cool. But that's a very good point that they said. I was gone, so I might have to go back. But it sounded like they were saying, like, get people to the ability to be able to go live so that they can, if anything happens, and they'll be able to.
And I'm not saying go out and look for an issue, but if something happens, go ahead and record it, get it out there, get the information out there so everybody can see. We need to all come together.
I never knew.
And the thing is
Look at
it
Tammy.
doesn't. Yeah, I see Tammy. The thing is even if we are
All right.
putting something out on someone that
Learning
you
how to do that.
personally don't care for,
Fascinating, Craig.
we still need to get the information out there.
Right.
And I'm going to go ahead and use my favorite example. And Cliff, you know where I'm going with it. Whether you hate the person or not, the perfect example is chili. Okay. We know that there are people out there who don't like the way that Chili does things or Chili's tactics. We also know that there are people out there who absolutely love Chili, whether it be for his, you know, drama or whether it just be for his personality. That doesn't matter whether you don't like him or whether you like him. What happened to him was not right. And as a community, we need to come together and stand up together because even though we see it, we react to it. If we're not bringing it out to the general public, it's going to keep happening and it's going to get worse. You know, we can't bury our heads in the sand. You know, it has to be brought out.
Absolutely, Let's. Right is right, wrong is tyranny.
Thank you so much, Dub, for stopping by. I appreciate it. You're going to be one of those people that are going to be, I'm going to be able to say they were there for my first few lives when I had one or two people. Still, the same thing applies. You know, I have nothing but love for you, so I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And thanks for bearing with me. I don't know if I want to put that there, but I'm trying. I'm figuring these things out. Now that's one of those things. GS makes it look very simple, and I know what he does. Now I'm starting to see the types of things that he's doing in the background, especially when you're playing a game or doing whatever like that. So, and right now I happen to be trying to accomplish work or multitasking, so got to shove more stuff in the day.
No matter what where tyranny rears its ugly head, we need to expose it and help the people that are um, where 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 they're at. You know, and Oklahoma audits. If you can just send one email, get somebody to send help you send it. I will personally send you my phone number, and you
There's
and I
yes,
can talk because
discoloration
I understand where you're at.
on the front side,
It's hard for me to type, and it's
front
hard for me
center,
to do emails. So, um,
lower portion.
not everybody gets my phone number, but I've seen you around long enough and know your heart um, that you'll have my phone number if you want it. Just get that first email out to me, buddy. I'll take care of you. Do you want to talk about the spoofs that we got from? I think it was Old Sarge, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was old Sarge Finkel. You know, Cliff kind of sniped his video, but he
With
was
his
told
permission.
it's okay. You know, old Sarge Finkel did say, "Hey, anybody wants to use these, go ahead."
So this is the one I'm looking at. Right?
Oklahoma Outlaw says that you guys have
They're
talked
playing
before,
it,
Cliff.
so
Yeah, we have. We have.
I just
I
wanted
don't think I have his phone number saved though.
Okay, okay.
So, and I happen to be
Um,
because I'm pausing in between and commenting on some of the things that they're saying. I'm behind. So, like I said, should I? I don't know if I should pin the link. I think I could do that. I'm just trying to be gracious with the content that I work with, the people who I work with. So, and when I say work with, I mean if I'm utilizing their stream, for example, or restreaming, I want it to be known where it's coming from. So, I think it's likely to be fair. Let's see. This is where I'm at. This is the actual stream. What am I trying to do? Okay. So this is the actual stream. If I copy that, okay, put this back how I had it, but I was doing this there, but then I put this, on my side. Oh, Lord. Figure it out, Craig. You can figure it out. Put it in the chat. That's theirs. Bam. And then pin it. All right. So that's the live that I'm listening to at the top. Okay. So it's pinned. Okay. That works. And in the meantime, I'm going to play it. Oh, I didn't pause it. Okay. That works. No, that's what I didn't do this. What I wanted to do was continue. See, I'm figuring it all out.
We're gonna, I guess what we're wanting to know is Cliff is going to play some of the spoofs, and we're going to want to know if you guys want us to like cut them up and use them when they're applicable. But before we do that, I do want to address something with our mods and with our audience. We are not going to our channel. The Vigilance Committee is not going to be pulled into all the infighting, all the
makes sense
the
to
drama,
me.
all the you said, she said, he said.
Kind of like the kind of statement that I made. I'm not really a drama person. I have, a couple irons in the fire, and I enjoy all the things that I currently do, the relationships that I'm building. So, the community in its entirety probably needs to figure out how you deal with stress and a little bit of strife, some outside forces that cause things to go or be amiss. And I think there's much to be said about figuring it out and being mature and wise about it. So I think they're addressing that right now.
If someone comes in and cannot act like an adult, our mods need to go ahead and time them out. No warnings, no chances, no nothing. Just time them out. Get my attention about it, and then we will take care of it on our end of it. Now, with that being said, if me or Cliff are in a channel, in a chat on another channel, and we are commenting or we're saying things that may turn that down, please. We are saying things that may be construed as drama. Remember that is either me or Cliff. It is not the Vigilance Committee.
Yeah, we have to separate our personalities from our channel, and what we do on or say on other channels should not have any effect on this channel, because that's not what this channel is going to be about.
Right. So, it is we want to be a 100% drama-free zone. I understand people getting hemmed up for the wrong reasons is going to bring emotion. However, if you're going to come in here and abuse people or attack people on our channel, that's not going to happen. I understand it is free speech, And I understand that that is a right.
A lot of people get that misconstrued too. Free speech, freedom of speech in the Constitution means it's government limited. The government is limited from um, going after people just expressing themselves. You can't make it a crime. That's everything in that First Amendment are natural rights. They come from God. The Constitution basically just put it in on paper that our government cannot infringe upon those rights, but people can. We're not an arm of the government. If you come in our house and we don't want you there, we can make you leave. And that's everybody needs to know that. Everybody should know that. The Constitution puts limits on our government, not on just regular folks, government entities. Um, so, and Fraud Wrangler people, just time those people out. I shouldn't have even said their name.
I wasn't even going to go there. I was trying to get the point
I
across
know.
without saying
Uh,
that.
Saying
these
the
are going to
word.
be
I get you.
right.
Uh-huh.
Let me see where do I.
Hello, Brandon. You're right. If you want free speech, go to a public sidewalk. Um, I want.
For now, doing this on any level is going to take me, well, so I have this in my hand. I'm working on it currently. I've gotten a few things out as far as listing it goes, but it's taking me a little bit longer because I'm working through some things. But perfect practice makes perfect, right? So I'm working through it, but I'm gonna figure it out because I can see that. I mean, I really, at the end of the day, I really care about making sure that, first of all, like I normally would be listening to something in the background while I'm working. And whether I'm supporting another person or a part of a show, oftentimes it takes me away from what I would normally have to do. Now, today, I got all the things that I need to do done. So I went and donated plasma. Then I came home and I did some pictures, and all I really need to do is list. I've already launched my 10 for the day. I try to get a draft so that I can, have room to do other things. But like I know, for example, when I travel, I'm going to want to be more consistent with regards to how many I have in my draft bank. So I'm going to be trying to be a little bit more diligent. Like right now, Craig, I made a comment earlier. Let's see. That we're extreme multitasking. Yes, I am. Huntington Township is mentioning how that's exactly what I was talking about, is that I'm trying to make it so that I'm multitasking, getting a number of things accomplished at the same time, hopefully for the better, right? So, um, as I push things to be more efficiently done, then I can get more things accomplished. And I think it'll just help me grow. So if you guys are all for that, then that's what I'll be doing. And I think something that I just noticed from the very beginning, like I know I'm falling behind on the live stream that they're doing. And my heart is in making sure that they get due credit for what they're doing. So, hey, King Blue, what's up? Good to see you. So that's really why I pinned it at the top. And I also want to be a little bit behind because I'm still working it all out. And I would hate to be, miss something and not be able to go backwards. And so I think for now, that's the best that I can do. I don't need to be too organized my time. Well, I'm not too far from that as well. So, um, yeah, what a life. I'm looking forward to. In fact, my wife. I think that's the third time I've been able to say that publicly. My wife and I have been talking about where we want to be in however many years, and um, I would love to be able to travel when we want to and be able to actually enjoy some of the time while you're still kind of young, and not have to work all the way up to the end and only get like 3 years of retirement. So sooner than later, and tomorrow's not promised to us. We all know that. So yeah,
Want this channel to be united, to be the place that everybody can come for help, and that we actually have the people out there.
I think what I'm just going to basically what I need to do is, for example, I just mentioned or said something, and then I can just basically go into doing what I was going to do. So there might be a time where I'll just focus, knock something out, because I can sometimes, list fairly quickly. So if it seems like I'm not talking to you or looking at the chat or whatever, I am focused on the task at hand, and then I might get it ready to go and then throw it in the bin, and then I can move on to the next. But we're actually ahead of schedule, so
to help
it's a good thing.
Our boots on the ground. Okay. Our boots on the ground need support. Our support is in the background. Like I've said, whether it's financially, whether it's making the phone calls, doing the FOIA requests, sharing the story. That's what
anyone that knows me knows that I've always been working in the background.
That's what I want.
Being a supporter to First Amendment auditors, and in a lot of different ways, not just financially.
That's what I want.
But sometimes it is financially. And
Nike, Michael Jordan,
I need to
jersey,
be given
men's
back to.
3XL.
So no, I'm
Washington
just
Post.
joking there.
That's what I want.
But
the other
but
thing.
no, that's the reason I set up this channel, is so that we can all get the help that we need.
I actually
in helping,
have
the boots on the ground.
I need to open that up.
So that's
another piece that I forgot about that I do.
Yeah.
Where I want to put that.
So like I said, everybody just, if you're willing to help in any way,
no, that's not,
or in one of those ways, or in a specific way, go ahead and send us an email so we can make a
plan on
basically a database of who's there and who can do what.
Yep.
Did
you find the oath too? We want to make sure that
I have the oath.
Takes an oath. Let's show them the oath too while you're reading it. Can we do that?
Yeah, I can do that.
Forgot what I was looking for.
This is just a fun thing. It's not not a real oath, but it's an oath. It's kind of a funny thing that I want to do. It is an actual oath from the old Montana vigilantes. And let's make that as big as we can so people can read it.
Okay.
And if you could go ahead and read that out loud for us too, Nikki, that would be great.
All right. It actually starts right before the purple highlight. It says, join hands and raise them to the Lord Almighty and repeat after me. We, the undersigned, uniting ourselves together for the laudable purpose of arresting thieves and murderers and recovering stolen property, do pledge ourselves on our sacred honor, each to all others, and solemnly swear that we will reveal no secrets, violate no laws of right, and never desert each other or our standard of justice. So help us God.
Now, everybody read that out loud to yourselves.
The oxymoron.
And we're swearing you in as vigilantes. Now, in addition to that, we also want to make sure that everything is constitutional. And we don't go after we do go after thieves and murderers, government entities that steal and are corrupt. And of course, everyone wants to go after murderers, even if they're within the government entity, right? So it's a pretty easy oath to swear to an allegiance to, and it says violate no laws too. So we don't want to violate any laws. All right. Okay, Brandon said he repeated the words. That's awesome.
Well, I guess Brandon, you are
now a vigilante.
I mean, I could go a little high with this. I mean, I want it to sell for sure, so I think I'm gonna put it closer to like 69, 69. Ooh, that's gonna be an interesting that's the total I'm gonna use. 69, 69 with so let's listen at 63 and shipping is gonna be, it's gonna cost me. Ooh, but that one actually, that's interesting. $70 is $49 shipping. Why do they have it like that? And that's sold May 9th. Swingman jersey size 3XL. I want to see that one. Huh. Jordan Swingman. I don't understand. Am I missing something? You know what? I would much rather overprice it than underprice it and then adjust, but I'm just not certain why this one is coming up that way and it's sold. I mean, this is the condition of this is really nice compared to what ours is, but you know what? It was listed $98.99 and they sold it for a less price. I'm gonna put it. I'm fairly confident. Oh, let's put it that. Fairly confident that if I list it around, now it's a little bigger. Yeah. All right, 79. That's what I'm gonna put it at. That's the price. That's what I'm going for. Where was it? I lost it. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna put it at. I like it. I like it at that price. All right, and we'll do shipping at $9.50, and that looks good. That looks good. And double check there. Okay, so that one is now. All right, so I fold it. No, that wasn't very good. I really want it to be like that. There we go. Got it nice and compact. There's that. You guys will see. Almost have it so that the number is facing properly. And I put my little card in there, seal it, and I don't remember where I got this from, but I used to have a problem getting these off of my little hand. You can see it sticks, but I kind of stick it in here and then grab it with my hand and let it go, and then that is sealed and ready to go. And then it goes stored. And we're on to the next item. So let's see. Do I have anything in the chat? No, I do not. All right. I'm going to hide that comment. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right. Let's see where they're at.
So
Stephanie raised her hand.
I wonder how far ahead they are.
Yep. Cowboys need Outlaws too. So with all of that being said, like I said, we're wanting to get this kind of all sorted out, be that central hub for help. Mrs. KY Reacts raised her hand, or she's saying hello to Daisy May.
Well, and text said, I swear, so we don't know whether or not that's, shit, piss, fuck, all that kind of stuff.
Exactly. Yeah.
This is
hi. I read and swear to it. Okay. Well, I mean, you guys, it is all in fun. But it's something that needs to be done. We need to do it. We've got to bring the attention. We've got to get the laws changed, and whether that's starting with changing the way that officers look at us, because I myself, I am so tired of hearing officers out there saying, oh, they're only doing this for reactions so that they can post it on YouTube and get clicks and views. You know, that's not why we're doing it. At least that's not why I do it. I do it to bring attention to the behavior, whether it be bad or good. I would love to have absolutely nothing but good officers who are upholding their oaths. I would love to have a channel that is all it is, and where we can't find the corruption, where we can't find, oh, I don't know, mayors like Tiffany up here in Illinois, in Dalton, Illinois. You know, we need to bring this to the attention. We need to get it out there so that, I hate to say it, but that the mainstream media picks up on it. Okay? Just like that that DA who was getting pulled over and pulled into her garage and thought she was.
So as I was looking at this and I went to my alerts, this came up, Tekken Sports, who is a reseller of, you know, highly regarded, wonderful in the industry and all that stuff, well known. And he was with another person and they separated. So I've been kind of following what he's been doing now as well. And I'm going to get back into the group, all that stuff. But he created this thing right here called the reseller ruler. And it allows you to measure both the length and the pit-to-pit measurement at the same time. And it lays out just perfectly. And that is a flat lay presentation, which is slightly different than what I have. And I think when we move, I'm going to make it so that it's that way. I'm not sure, but anyway, that's just to say that I made that go down. Sorry. Anyway, I just thought it was interesting. And this is $149.98. Now that's not a sold comp, but if I can find, this is priced at $150. I mean, what I want to look at, and look at this. This is a little bit tore up. Mine is definitely in better shape than that one. What I want to see is this tag right here. Comedy Central. What am I looking for to make sure I can figure out what year this is? Oh, it says 2005. Oh, duh. So I have a 2005 one. Let's see which is not quite vintage, but it's close. Yeah, if it was 2000, yeah, it's 1 year shy of that. So it's 19 years old. But let's say we have a Chappelle show. That's 2 P's. Show. Chappelle's show 2005 t-shirt. Let's see what it looks like, what we're looking at. 150. Let's see if there were any sold. So I come in here and I make it so that it shows me solds. Now it likes that one with mine's a little bit different than that. So I'm not seeing anything that's the gray one that I have. But both of them, let's see, Comedy Central t-shirt 160. Between 60 and 160. They probably got it down to whatever. I mean, I'm going to list it at a nice price. I mean, and this happens to be another one that I was like thinking in my mind, like I would love to. Reseller was a great idea. Yeah, it was a great idea. I love that one. That was it's. In fact, we tried to make one kind of, and it worked, but yeah, it's just one of those things that you realize. So let's see. All right, I have my marching orders. Now I'm going to put it in. So I have all of the information I need. It's going to go in B. Number that one. And we're going to give it a number 8339. Copy that. So all I have was bleach stains on the left side as worn. Okay. So I have a few templates. My templates basically do the description as outlined, and then I have basically enter. You guys are not going to be able to see this, but if you ever look at one of my listings, and you can see what I'm talking about. I put the SKU number at the top and down at the bottom, which my template allows me to do that. Then I have a portion that allows me to put any defects. In this case, it is the item has bleach stains that are pen size on the bottom left side as worn. It's great look, cool theme, suitable for multiple occasions. And who doesn't like Dave Chappelle? I love him. Then I'm going to go ahead and put my measurements, which if you guys remember when I was up there, I was taking the pictures and I was writing something down. What I was writing down are the length, which is in this case is 28, the pit to pit, which is 26 inches, and the sleeve, which is 8. And then it requires me to go and put in the item specifics. In this case, it is not, is it a gilded? Now, this actually, I can't tell if that was cut out, but I don't know what type of shirt this is, but I'm just going to put Comedy Central because it says Comedy Central. Comedy Central. So this is one of those instances what I was talking about where I would pay attention to what I'm doing. So the worst thing you want to do is make a mistake when you're putting your or writing up your description. And I guess I can put this in the background because I'm done talking.
Gonna get away with it, you know. I mean, my God, if that would have been me, I would have been tased, stuffed, cuffed, and put under the jail.
Well, and not only that, I mean, she did not pull over; she just kept going. You know, there's some cops out there. Know Your Target and Beyond is a good example. He was out on the highway and didn't want to pull over for the highway patrol, and you know they blew out his tires and shot at his car. And I mean, yeah, you know, she gets to drive all the way home and pull into her garage. I mean, it's like, uh, okay, yeah, yeah, laws for thee, but not for me. You know, that was her attitude, and so people
Right.
like that need to go. And we need
Well,
to
and they
expose
need to be
them. They will.
exposed. And
Yeah.
I think by everybody doing that story on her, everybody in our community doing that story on her is what kind of made the mainstream media kind of perk up and pay attention a little bit.
Well, and that could be, but there was somebody that I was talking to about it, and Angry Vet. He said, and that's on one of my videos that we already have he's came up on the panel. He said it was probably political enemies of hers that paid the mainstream media to actually do that news story, which is
That's
probably
interesting.
possible. I mean, I believe that. I believe our mainstream media is
Okay.
nothing but a bunch of um, whoever's got the most dollars to pay them to do a story. I think journalism is dead. Our mainstream media, true journalism.
And that's why I said, I hate to say quote unquote mainstream media, But to get this to everybody's attention,
So it's gray.
because the normal Joe Blow on the street,
Unisex
guess what
adult,
he's watching?
men,
ABC, CBS, NBC,
comedy,
Fox,
no, clear.
MSNBC,
I
CNN.
don't even want to advertise for them.
Right.
Yeah.
But I
I did get your email. I'll read that a little later for you, and I'll respond to it as well.
for
Actually, I'll call you. Thanks for the phone number.
All right, it is
for that to
all cotton crew neck.
be
Yep.
brought to the attention
And what
of
it's made.
People like my elderly neighbors who don't do YouTube. I mean, they're in their 70s and they don't even have a computer. But now, hey, they're watching it on their TV and they're going, what the hell? That's what we need
Also
to do,
missing.
is we need to get this out to everybody.
The acorns were hurt in the making of this video.
Huh.
I like that. All right, so let's do those spoofs, shall we? I've been wanting to do these spoofs this whole time.
All right, that's
All right,
fine.
make sure you stop it after each one and
I will.
ask if they want us to keep it.
Yeah, I will. All right, so let me pull these up. Go to the link.
Missing portion of size tag. All right,
now I can present.
got that. I think that it's ready to.
Spoofs.
Year manufacturing was 2005.
Share.
Yep, 2005. That's that.
And
Fabric type.
click on it.
It's a knit model.
Oops.
That one. Graphic print. Yes. Okay. So that's that.
Let's do.
So
right
it's a good
here.
listing, I think. Turn it this
And
way so you guys can see it, but that's that one. I like it. See how it presents in the bag.
Here, make it big.
That's it.
And make this big. I can.
So that's 2 shows today. When I say shows, me going live. And I was really
live to play with.
Let me see.
Brand.
All right. Okay, I can take that down now. Sorry. See? All right. Anyway, we're looking at this shirt. I priced it to sell. And when I say to sell, I just mean that I don't have to get every single dollar. But we didn't pay a whole lot for it. So, yeah. And this is one of the shirts that we got from where I was talking about. And I just wanted to be able to put it on, tape one time or whatever. So it's kind of cool. That's that. But you got to be able to see me. All right. But I think that ultimately I figured out what it is that I wanted to figure out. Okay, so let's just break it down for everyone. So if I'm missing anything, not that anybody is here, but this is for everyone. So those of you who were here, thank you. I'm seeing put this up. I'll put the like there. Had a couple people watching and a lot of people talking in there. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Oop, can't do that. Put this back over here. All right, so I am able to go live and do some work while I'm talking. I can listen to something and I think you all can hear it. I'm pretty sure I heard it. So I'm able to do that. So if there's something that I wanted to watch or like cover or something happens while I'm working, I can do that. Really what I think I just need to kind of incorporate is all these little nuancy type things that I know I'm missing. There's a new comment. This was interesting. I'm here. Oh, thank you. The reseller was a great ruler. Yep. Well, that's cool. I mean, I'm literally. I'm going to tell you something that kind of struck me as not odd, but it's just something that came to me. I don't even know that I tried to see it, but I actually like I'll sit sometimes in the middle of the night or after I'm done, I'll be in bed, and because my wife might be watching something and she falls asleep, the television might still be on, but I'll still be like scrolling through YouTube stuff. I mean, occasionally I'll go to TikTok, but not very often. It's usually YouTube stuff. It's gonna be generally specific channel. It might be, just a number of different things. And sometimes it's things that comes into my feed. The short stuff, the shorts that come are kind of, what do you say it, curated for me. But even that, because sometimes I just mindlessly go through my short and you get some stupid stuff. You wonder why they are even presenting it to you. I think that what I'm going to do is I'm going to have kind of like some content that I'm going to create of me reacting to the stuff that YouTube presents to me. I don't know what I'm going to call like feeding fact or something like that, like my feed, because sometimes it's interesting to me what comes to me. And I think you may have heard me say it before, but that sometimes I notice that generally specific is going through the same stuff that I would have gone through or that it was presented to me. So which goes to or speaks towards people talking about echo chambers, how sometimes if you're dealing with or talking to the same people, you are being presented the same information over and over again, so you're really just repeating some of that stuff unbeknownst to yourself, right? So I don't know, it's just something that I've kind of been thinking of, but my point was is that I will be scrolling through for hours on end and I'm not really doing anything productive, and I know that there's sometimes that an idea might come in my mind, and I can just simply spend that time while I'm actually doing something productive, in this case listing stuff that needs to be listed. So now you guys know the plan. So, and again, I appreciate you guys being here. Let's see, that was interesting, this was interesting, I'm here, yeah, cool. I showed that. Well, now, how is it that I think I'm starring that? I don't know if that's so. I have 3 starred, which means that I've shown 3. I think that's a good way to do it, so I can star them when I show them on the screen and remove them. But this covers me, which you guys may not want to see my mug anyway. So, well, I'm 3 minutes away from having to pee. So, and babe, are you making Are you gonna? You are? Ooh, huh? Yeah, but I mean deviled eggs. Oh, you are? Sweet. And is it what? It's past time for eating. Oh. So we both have been we both have decided that we're going to be doing intermittent fasting, and actually she's been doing it way longer than I have. So I don't know why I'm a snacker. I snack at night. More specifically, I snack on what do I eat? Milk and cookies in the middle of the night. Eating wasn't part of the plan. You have a plan? So Huntington Township was talking about my plan. Yes, I was just I maybe rambling a little bit, but and then I did squirrel because I didn't realize that she was making. Now, this is another thing. So my mother was always involved in the church growing up, and we called deviled eggs angel eggs. And I'm 53 years old, almost 54. And I, to this day, in fact, I was just talking to my uncle earlier, and I was asking him if he calls deviled eggs angel eggs because my mother and he are quite close and they lived with each other for a period of time. And he says that he refers to him as angel eggs because of my mom. So now you guys know. But she's making angel eggs, and it's past time for me to eat. So I won't be able to get. She's not even gonna make them tonight. So now Huntington Township knows that I'm a rambler. So it's kind of hard. I mean, like when I say hard, I just simply mean that I mean, this particular thing that I've done today, I know why I wanted to do it because I did want to be able to accomplish multiple things at once. And like you said earlier, I was multitasking. But this feels kind of like Generally Specific was talking about how he says it's fun for him. And I think the portion that makes this not fun is when I'm not familiar with something. So, and you guys are so gracious in allowing me to learn the craft, so to speak. So it does make it fun. So I'm having fun hanging out with you guys. And I've listed two things that are most likely going to be more than $50, and I didn't pay very much for them at all. So I I I doubled down on some stuff. Yes, I did. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Go, you go. My dog is hanging out there. Louie, are you okay? Alrighty then. And them's are the plans. Oh, I wonder. Oh, okay.
And,
Back to where they were rambling. That means I'm going to do another one.
all right, this one you know.
Finger.
Yes.
So I hate it when it does that.
Well, let's vote on that one. Anybody want to use that for somebody? If we're like maybe there's a cop, but we're watching a video. And
I swear it sounded like me. I'm going to tell him
use
for
the
a
finger.
second. Oh, no, I'm
And
behind.
right
See,
now,
that's the
I
only
can't
thing. You
see the
can't
chats.
comment.
Let me go ahead and get my
Remember
cell
that.
phone up here
You don't
and
want to be
see.
behind.
You just
That-
put in a yes or a
Stupid
no
music,
to
man.
that one if you think that one's a good one.
I will send my best, your best, to Liza. She walked away. And she's probably.
And I can't
Oh,
see that one right now.
I'm gonna tell the story. So we live in North Carolina, brain out in the country, those kind of things. But electricity goes on and off quite frequently. We're probably gonna get a generator or something like that. But so she was working, and she had apparently 6 separate jobs ready for presentation, and she was working on them. And she said she had them open up individually, waiting for different responses to come through. Power went off. She lost it. So, hence why I smiled, even though I was very excited to hear that she was making angel eggs. I did not even miss a beat, being okay with her making it tomorrow, because I know that she probably caught up and redid it again. But yes, it was a disaster. It was a tragedy, and I was here for her. She could have laid her head on my shoulder and cried, but she didn't. She took it like a man. it's And she could hear me. She said I threw a lot of F-bombs. so all is fair in love and war, and that computer was surely lost if she said some F-bombs at it. But the house is intact and we're okay. And I'm doing a live listening to Cliff and company.
Nikki, can you tell me what has anybody responded on these?
And listing. But we made some money. Now this is not going to be the disappointment, but it's not going to be as much.
No, not yet.
Okay.
Fan Angel says no.
Okay. She said no. Okay. See, some people don't like that kind of stuff. All right. So let's play the next
All
one.
right, let's see where we are.
Sure. In my heart, I know I'm funny.
Really. The go-to performance tee. Okay.
And that one's a maybe.
Okay.
Oh, but King Bluto said definitely keep that one.
Okay. All right. Are we ready for the next one?
Stephanie said no on that one. You got to
Okay.
remember, Cliff, they're about 20 seconds behind.
Okay. All righty.
Tack, have a wonderful day.
$9.99.
What
Okay.
we've got here is
Failure
to
to communicate.
Yep, I knew about that one.
All right.
I like that one.
You know what? I'm gonna give it to you to what is his name? Old Sarge And I used to be in his channel often, quite often. And for some reason, I can't remember if the scheduling was, but I'm gonna start going back. But he does kind of put together some cool, I don't know, what do you call them, memes? I mean, and for me personally, I would love to, and I'm gonna say his name. Well, there is another person in the community of auditors that's on the opposite side of auditors that doesn't like auditors, and he goes by the name of Fraudit Wrangler. That guy. Now he has all these, different snippets that he does, and he does them quite frequently. He's always, reviewing other people's work, and he has these little snippets that he does in between. I guess that's kind of like how you transform stuff, but he has access to it. I don't know if that's an editing thing, but I would like to myself have like a bank of stuff that I can do the same thing, and I guess I can develop that. So more rambling. That is me rambling. And we are at 1 hour and 6 minutes. Woohoo! But all right, so let's go to the Adidas. The go-to performance shirt. No, it's actually T. And then shirt. This is a men's, and it's 2XL, XXL. It is, I think it's kind of a gray. I'm going to call it gray, though. Gray. Text logo. Short sleeve. And is it textured? And it is textured. That's another keyword. Textured. But I need to take out take out the go-to performance T textured. All right, got that. And this is going into that bin, 73. And we're going to give it its own special number, which is 38. All righty then, 8338. I told you I didn't welcome it or whatever, but if you have any questions, if you want to know something on what I've done, how I've done it, I've said this before. There are people who do this who've been doing it either longer or way better than I have. From listening to sell. Good. That's a good question. So ideally, we would like for an item once listed to sell within 90 days. Yes, 90 days. Now, there are some things, like we have a whole bunch of stuff. So clearly there's been some things that are here for longer. We got them very cheaply or whatever, but we listed them. They're not going to sell if they're not listed at all. So after 90 days, so let's just say once it reaches closer to like 120 days, then we take it through a series of discounts. And I say a series of discounts, but it could be very standardized or it could be randomly done. But on some level, we have a system whereby when an item gets to be at this level, then we do a couple of things. Review for the 90 days is a long time, but I mean, and sometimes things sell much faster than that. So it's not, but within 90 days, I think is reasonable. But so we double check to make sure that the listing is optimized, that the title is good, there's no any weird characters or anything like that. We don't have anything that's not supposed to be as far as the item descriptions. We take all that stuff out. And we do that kind of periodically, regularly. And then we take it through a series of discounts. Now, sometimes you can put it through the discounts, it still doesn't get sold, and then you relaunch it. And for some reason, sometimes people will be like, oh, and it just appears for them, and then they buy it. But there's sometimes, you have it priced wrong. I mean, and a couple dollars may be the difference of why it's not selling. So there's a lot of different things that make it so that you figure out why or why not something is selling. I can't remember. I'm gonna say that we have a couple things that have been here for a long time, and like I said, we're moving things around, and we're probably going to be, for lack of any better term, just consolidating stuff. Get all the stuff that's just sitting around doing nothing, and then kind of revamp what we have going on as far as the stuff that's not selling. So, how did you learn the resale business? So, um, I can't remember exactly why we started, but I was well, actually, I'm just trying to make sure I get the answer correct. So I was the director of a call center and I stopped doing that. But before stopping, we started doing um, selling books. And the reason why we started selling books, we were looking online, TikTok and those kind of things are always giving you some kind of, you can do this and it's very cheap and all that stuff. Well, we happened to be introduced to a person who had a huge warehouse of stuff. I mean, I'm talking a huge warehouse and old antique furniture, um, electronics, the whole gamut. He basically started by loading his truck up with stuff on the side of a curve, and he did that so many times that he needed a warehouse, and he's been doing it for many years now. Um, but we went there one day, and he had a section full of books, and we went through and we scanned all the books and then organized them in a certain way, and we bought a bunch of books that day. And he was like, "Oh my gosh, we're so glad you're here because I sell by so much dollars for a bag, um and people are always expecting that price, and sometimes they can't find anything or whatever." He was just having problems, and we're like, we love books, and so that's that. And he said, "I have a whole bunch more of books in the back that we can't even get out of here because we haven't sold these." And we're like, "Well, let's take a look." And we literally went back, and there's this whole entire area of books. And we worked on it for probably 2 years of our business. It was like the beginning of us starting. That's how we got to learn how to list things and how to, research the price and all that stuff. Um, and then when I stopped working for the call center, then I said, well, we could still probably do this, but we had a bunch of stuff that we bought. Like I bought a bunch of stuff, um, kind of like to give as prizes for people doing things. And I didn't give them away because we still had them in the house. And so we're like, well, we can sell these things. And some of them sold. So then we're like, well, we can't do these on Amazon necessarily, so let's look into eBay. And I knew somebody that I worked with that kind of had an idea about the eBay stuff, and then he kind of gave me a couple of pointers. I started doing a little research. I discovered the reseller um, groups that I was in with Tech and Sports, for example. And I really love Tech and Sports, and he's kind of like retired now, but he's still doing his thing. And so that's how we got to this point now. Um, if I were to open up my camera, which I'm not going to do, you would see how cluttered everything is right now. Again, we're going to be moving stuff, but I've just kind of gotten to the point where it's way more cluttered than what I want to be. So we just kind of, me with the most time as far as, time discretion needs to basically get to the area that we're going to have everything put in and kind of clean it up and get it ready for everything. There's still a couple of different things that we need to do, but it's ready and it's kind of past time, so I don't have any excuses anymore. So hope that answered your question. And I have to excuse myself, but I will be right back and we'll go. no, thanks for asking them. If you have any more, if anybody has any more questions, then feel free and ask me. If I know it, then I'll give you an answer. If not, then I'll look it up. But that's the thing is, I would say one thing I've learned about reselling is that it's it's not that it's boring, but in order for it to run very smoothly, and believe me, there are a number of different things that run very smoothly for our business, and then there's some things that are still kind of kinky. Um, Not kinky might be the wrong term. What's up, Benghazi? Good to see you. But when everything runs smoothly, it's very routine. You do things the same way basically every day. And the funny thing is, and this is one of the reasons why, other than the fact that I had a reason to want to record in public, which is kind of how I got the First Amendment because of my mother, um, I worked in the training. I started training as a call center person, and then from training I went to become the director. So I was speaking all day long, whether it be on meetings, to my class, those kind of things. And I found myself, like, even when I would be talking to my fiance at the time, now my wife, when I'd be talking to her, I find myself like fumbling for words. You guys might be like, say, your ass is still fumbling. Fair enough point. But my point is that I would be like only dealing with uh, keywords to a shirt or to a dress, and particularly if it's a dress, because I don't wear dresses, so I had to learn kind of like how to describe a dress and what fit and flare was and all those kind of things. But that's all I would do is just be listing stuff, and it just gets monotonous and kind of lonely on some level. So, but that's when I turned kind of to you know liking to put stuff out there on some kind of way. I think I thought about doing it in a way where it was um, with the eBay business. But my routine for the eBay business is not quite as exciting as I've seen others. Um, and in fact, if I was more routine about it, like if I had a certain circuit, then it might be a little bit more exciting. But we go at least once a month to visit her daughter who moved here with us, and they live kind of far away from us, but they live near an area that has what they call the bins. The bins are stores, Goodwill stores, that basically they go through the series of being in the store for a period of time, and they go through a number of discounts, kind of like what I described to you for our eBay business. And then they go through a main center where they put them out into a big warehouse in these bins, and you can purchase them by the pound. So they have like one last leg of being sold. And then from there, they go to like rag houses and then get shipped overseas. So it's a big old process. And people say, why you're getting things for dirt cheap and you're selling them online or whatever, blah, blah, but it's actually helping the cause because there is so much waste when it comes to donated goods. Donated, I say donated because they do get stuff probably donated to them. I mean, you take your stuff to the bins or to Goodwill and put it out there for them to get, and then they go through it and they put it out and sell it. So they have to make money. So even though you might think that some things might be overpriced, and sometimes they are, for discounted prices, it's a reasonably fair price considering what you paid for it. So that's kind of like us in a nutshell with what we do. And in the very beginning, there was so much of her helping do what we do. um, I could not have done any of it all by myself. And even still, there gets to be points where I become overwhelmed with some of the stuff. Um, but as I got better with things and as I had more time and I became more efficient, I stopped smoking, for example, because I would go out every damn 2 minutes or whatever and smoke a cigarette. I would, work now. So right now, the biggest dilemma is getting stuff into the area that we're going to have, because then I can kind of get back into my rhythm. So that's where we are now. And we've been an hour and 19 minutes. I'm just going to go until we'll just call it an hour and 30 minutes. Um, and I don't mind. And it's not because I so feverishly want to get everything in. Just I think that I feel like that's probably a good point to get there. Oh, and I haven't done this for a minute, so I don't know if they're still going or not.
All right. Claire says keep the first one. King said keep the bird.
Oh wow, that'd be cool. Yeah, I wish I knew more about
It looks like they
antiques.
like.
And when I say antiques, like I've seen people who go in with like what do you call those? We have these blue lights, UV lights. If you can see what I'm talking about. But we have these pins. I'm going to show you. I don't know if that. Can you see that? Like there? Oh, I think you can see. Anyway, the reason why we have these is because, and this is a kind of an interesting thing that we came up with. So we were in a place that we had gone through that had tons of books, and we were finding that we were double scanning stuff. But I figured out, or we figured out, that if we marked the books kind of surreptitiously, we put a mark on them, then we could know that we had gone through a certain area and not, not bend the page or destroy the book or anything. And the people who own the books were probably none the wiser. So now I don't know if I mean, it was very, very small in a very particular place. And so I don't think that we ruined anything. I mean, I don't think so. Maybe you guys, anybody who knows, you can tell us tell me in the chat that, yo, Craig, you just take a book from $1,000 down to $2. Well, if I did that, I'm sorry, but it allows us to get through more books. I mean, to be honest with you and be frank, like the ability to get books that we got in the very beginning at as cheap of a price and make as many mistakes as we did in the very beginning probably saved us to get to the point where we are now. And now what we are doing are focusing on, um, becoming debt free, for example. Like we are two of the most frugal people that you might ever know. Because we both went through a period in our life where we just either thought it was or just did spend money unnecessarily. So we went through a whole bunch of different changes just to be able to get to the point that we are now. And there's still work to be done. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying we have this, we're living on the high horse. That's not what I mean at all. I'm just saying we live within our means because of learning how it was not to, and being worried about different things. Like in the very beginning, when I stopped working there, yeah, everybody does have to be frugal. But in the very beginning, we had such a large concern. And part of it was because of our own um, habits. And once we realized some of the things that we could not do, it just made life so much easier. And to not have that worry is just so good. But to Huntington Township's to your point, everyone does need to be frugal. And for people who, do different things like homesteading and those kind of things. Like my wife, she's into like herbal remedies and those kind of things. Her mom was I don't know if herbalist is the right term, but she was into homeopathic type stuff, very in tune with her spirit and those kind of things. And so my wife, she is very into those things. And there's a concoction of different things that she has that I take, and I do it because I know it makes her, um, takes the burden off of her mind that she's doing, that I'm taking things that she feels and that we feel are good for our health and for my health. So, um, I mean, other than this weight that I'm carrying around, I'm going to get there. I am going to get there. And my dog just farted. Dude, wolf ass. Seriously. Wow. Yeah. Pew. All right. So I almost got through this particular one, and I'm going to start that back up.
The yes failure
Give me 1 second. I'll be done with this
to
listing.
communicate. Get
Yeah.
some yeses on that.
Sure,
Okay.
sure.
All right, here's the
Easy there.
next one.
Short sleeve.
Can you turn your volume
That's
up?
why I don't have an ulcer, because I know when to say I don't give a fuck.
Nope, it's as loud.
Welcome back.
Remember that?
Oh, brain freeze.
Yeah.
I want that one for when you guys or you end up putting me on the spot. And I go, bed, I don't know what I'm supposed to say.
Okay.
It's called-
Here's looks like what's going to be a good one here. Let's see.
I'm your huckleberry.
You dirty rat.
Nicaragua. Nicaragua. Nicaragua.
What responses did we get on the I'm Your Huckleberry? Oh, no, Huckleberry. Yeah.
Nothing. Let's see. I don't know.
Huckleberry.
I don't know.
Okay, all right. So this next one here, I remember the. Does anybody remember Hogan's Heroes?
Yep. I
Yeah.
remember.
Am I too old?
Bum, bum, bum,
Stephanie
bum,
says
bum,
no.
bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. I'm pretty sure that's the tune.
No
Tell me if I'm wrong.
huckleberry.
If anybody knows if I'm wrong, then let me know.
I think she's trying to say it's Hucklebearer instead of Huckleberry. That's what I think. Because he does. A lot of people get that confused. It's Hucklebearer, not Huckleberry.
Okay. Nope. Nobody wants no huckleberry or no hucklebearer or no
I see nothing
hucklebearer
and
or
hear
whatever
nothing.
it is.
Let's see.
They don't want that one. Okay.
No.
All right. Here's the next one.
I know nothing. Nothing.
Oh,
That one.
That one I
Crop that one.
oh,
Whoops. I didn't pause in time.
1 second.
Do people like the I Know Nothing?
Let's is liking it. I
Oh.
like it.
Okay, I see. I didn't remember
Winston
that
Angel
particular
says she loves
line.
it. Okay. Elliot likes it too.
Um,
Okay, so we got to keep that one. All right,
I
here's the
think
next one.
I messed up somehow, so let me just get back to where I was.
Maybe I can learn how to be a truck driver. Nav, you're the number that.
Actually, I might get rid of that one. That might be offensive.
I didn't like that one either.
No.
I was a truck driver for about 5 years. All right, let's play this.
So
one.
Truck drivers.
Bluto or King Bluto said something. And
This is new.
he said, "I see nothing, I hear nothing." I think he's referring to that being a line and those guys, and I can imagine because of the context what that means, and it's probably likely true, but I didn't know. So King Bluto, I was starting to explain what Craig was doing. Oh. Yes, Sergeant Schultz' famous line. Okay, got it. See? Gotcha. I see nothing, I hear nothing. Is Sergeant Schultz the kind of big burly guy that would always not be aware of what they were doing? If I remember. All right. Which one did I go through? Now I'm learning that so this one. Let's see if I can see. Oh yeah. Well, there seems to be new comments. Yes, I realize that. Yes. Okay. Thank you guys for walking me through. well, what about the you can answer this question. Was I humming the correct what do you call it? The theme song. I'm gonna hum it. Ba 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 dum ba 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 dum ba 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 ba, something like that, right? Is that the theme song to this Hogan's Hero? Is that what's called? Give me a 1 if I'm right, 2 if I'm wrong. Or did you already say yes? Exactly we're humming the correct. Sweet. All right. You know what? That would be kind of cool. That was the theme song. Thank you. So my wife and I used to play a game in the car all the time. We would, was it in the car, honey? Where we would like name that tune kind of thing? Where we would play a tune and try to guess what tune it was? Did we do that in the car or did we just do it Yeah, no, well, I just was humming. Thank you guys. I was humming a tune to a Oh yeah. Yeah, my daughter, my youngest daughter comes here in the summer times and we probably were looking for stuff to do, so but I feel like tunes and the like are things that I like theme songs. I really love theme songs. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys one. Let's see if I could do it. Well, no, I'm not gonna. It eluded me right when I thought that I was gonna do it, but I wonder if I could. Maybe I'll get my fingers wrapped around some theme songs and on my guitar. All right, let's see where we're at.
You want the truth?
You can't
I can
handle the
take it.
truth.
I would say keep this one, but cut it right there.
He's working for the United States Army.
What's he doing for them?
All right, that's going where I want it to, and then that's doing what I want it to. All right.
He's peeling potatoes.
I've been on this T-shirt, this Adidas T-shirt for quite a while.
So you think we should cut it right after the very first?
I'm gonna let it play and I'm gonna finish it.
First part of
as Huntington said, you better get back to work. Yes, I'm going to. All right.
Or after the part where he says he's working for the U.S. government
U.S. Army
or U.S. Yeah.
peeling potatoes. Dale Elliott said, no, he doesn't like it. Claire likes keep the potatoes. She said she likes it.
No, I'm learning. I said I was going to put it at $12.99 and $6.67 for shipping. Yes, that is correct.
Angel says no.
Right. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'll be back.
Take your time.
What's
taking so long?
That's funny. Cliff,
all right, so let's play this next one here.
It has Climalite. I didn't.
All right,
put
this
that
one's also new.
Thanks for noticing me.
I love the smell of eggs. I really do.
What do we think on that one? Thanks for noticing me. Yes, Stephanie says. Okay. Who else? All right, Angel.
All right.
Thanks for noticing me.
That I like.
I like it too.
All
right. Let's try another one here.
I said, here's that shirt that I like. Let's see if I can get him to say it again.
It's so long.
Shirt that I like.
All right, so let's play this next one here.
All right, this one's also new.
Thanks for noticing me.
Maybe I was hearing things. Is it going?
What do we think on that one? Thanks for noticing me. Yes, Stephanie says. Okay.
Love that shirt. I love this shirt.
All right, Angel.
All right, I really do like it a lot.
Thanks for noticing me. I like it too.
Yeah, see, he did say it. Okay. I thought I was hearing things for a second. All right.
And this one's new.
What a maroon. What an ignoramus.
What a maroon. What an ignoramus. All right, let's get the has a thumb up for that one. Stephanie says yes. Definitely. Oh, yeah. All right, we'll keep that one too. Okay, let's see the next one here.
Actually, that one's a re-edit. We already had that in there. This is also a re-edit.
See, these ones with the significant embellishments are going for like 40. Oh, I think if we put it around.
All right, that's a re-edit.
All right, so mixed messages on that one. We got half yeses, half nos, and Claire's definitely
I'm
a
gonna put it
no to
around the.
YMCA.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm not
all
good with
right.
1999 and
Yeah,
950.
I,
Somewhere around there.
it's just so old anyway.
All right.
I don't see the point in it. All right, let's try another one here.
This one's new.
All right. So, I think I accomplished all of the things that I wanted to do. I'm going to thank all of you guys for hanging out with me. The next thing that I'm going to do is probably invite anybody up on the stage that would like to engage with me directly. Not quite there yet, but it's coming. Kind of working the kinks out and step by step, inch by inch. I don't know where that's from, but it's coming back to me anyway. So I am Craig. My channel name is Fact of Madness, and I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, through the picturing process and seeing me kind of go through that thing while I listen to the show. And I probably can go catch up without you guys being present, but thank you guys for coming through. And we're going to call it a night. Pretty sure I don't have any other ones that I want to do tonight, so it'll be another time. I don't have any cool catchphrases, but I will tell you this. Whether you be on the right side of things or the left side of things, as far as I'm concerned, all I want for you to do is meet me somewhere here in the middle. If we can do that, I think we'll be okay. Take care, everybody. Good night. That was a relaxing show. Thanks, Craig. Go get something to eat. Thank you. You do the same. Have a good one. Good night.